We continue to cover the very preliminary rebuilding process after the deadly Kentucky tornadoes tore through on December 10th and 11th. And we're going to get some more perspective by two local pastors in Kentucky. One, the pastor of Covenant Community Church. That's going to be Sir Michael Knight. He's going to be in the vest, which you'll see. And then also Pastor Warren BEEMER. He's with the Union CAJUN Navy in the brighter vest. So these two gentlemen joining us. First off, good to see you smiling amidst everything. How are you all holding up so far?
You know what? It's exhausting, but it's very rewarding. And our volunteers are exhausted, but they're very rewarded. And we're ready to go the long mile because we are from Western Kentucky.
How have the donations been coming in so far?
Donations as far as trucks, fantastic. Donations in money, we're approaching over 100,000. We hope to double that by the end of the week. We've got donations divided up into income where we've done surveys so that we can give out living expenses at $300 a pop. And then also we have rescue expenses where we help people with funerals or medical bills. Then we have restoration benefits, which we are working on raising the money for right now. Many homes are decimated, over 900 homes in this county alone. And we go from Mayfield all the way to Bowling Green. And just 900 homes where we're at right now. The hill over to the right of me is completely gone. And they had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of homes. So there's a massive, massive mountain standing in front of us to help us rebuild Western Kentucky.
And let me get Warren in here in the bright vest on the left side of your screen just to talk about what other donations may be needed and how much that'll be helpful.
Well, you know, the practical things is where people need to kind of look at and think about. You know, you can't light up your lights or run your AC or heater on a generator if you don't have extension cords. Little things like that. Clothing wise, it's the basics of prepackaged socks and undershirts, underwear, things like that that would help families to kind of be stable and normal again. Igloo ice boxes. You know, if they can't get a generator, if we can just get them an igloo, so they can put some ice in and they can keep meat and condiments and things like that cold. Things like that that are basic things that people can think about are really the things that people need at this point. Other than that, it's snack foods, nuts, all those different things are the basic little things that we can use to help sustain people until, man, the rest of the help arrives.
All right, my final question for you gentlemen. What stories have you been hearing from these storm survivors?
I met a lady yesterday, a young lady that was buried underneath the candle factory in Mayfield. She looked at me with her friend and said it took me an hour and a half to climb out of the candle factory. To make matters worse, she could only move as the lightning would strike that would give her the light to know where she was going, up or down. She's suffering from PTSD right now. She's afraid to walk into buildings, and so that experience, and many of them just like that story, are actually causing the need for good mental health counselors in Western Kentucky right now. But I can tell stories after stories.
We had other stories where literally children were swept out of the arms of their parents, where parents had to run into areas and places where they knew their children were at with the hurricane or with the tornado, and at the same time, one parent didn't make it, but the other parent did make it. We're in some horrible stories of loss of life, but also at the same time, we're hearing about perseverance and courage. We're hearing about strength that's amazing, incredible. When you see the human spirit come alive in people because they need to guard their children, they need to guard their husband or their wife, you see another gear kick in, and it proves that God made something special in the middle of us. He made something that will endure through almost any situation.
Pastors, thank you so much for your time, too. And thank you so much, Michael Knight, and also Warren BEEMER, pastors here in Kentucky with the Covenant Community Church and the Union CAJUN Navy. Thanks so much. Take care, gentlemen. We'll continue to stay on this developing story in the aftermath of those deadly tornadoes.